If you're thinking of starting a freelance digital marketing career, this video is for you. I'm going to share some things I wish I had have known before I got started so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. Hey everyone, this is Rich UX, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 critical tips that I wish I had known when starting out a freelance digital marketing career. I think these can save you time. I think these can make you more money. I think these can prevent major headaches with clients. So make sure you watch until the end and get all 3 tips. So number 1 is you have to be continually prospecting for new clients all the time. And there's a couple good reasons for that. I think a lot of freelancers make the mistake of getting into the business and they think the work is all about marketing. All they have to do is deliver, create funnels, create content, write copy. But as an independent business owner, as someone who wants to work on their own, be their own boss, have that remote freedom, you do have to generate your own clients. And I think this can be a bit of a tough element for some people. But when I got into this game, I hadn't really known how much that was going to play a role. And it's not so much that it's hard to prospect. It's not so much that it's hard to find new leads and find great clients. It's that if you let your pipeline run dry, if you don't have anyone on a wait list or waiting in the wings, your active clients start to get leverage against you, and it can be a very subtle problem that starts to creep up on you. Let's say you have no clients waiting for you and you currently offer services to 2 or 3 freelance clients. Maybe you make $2,000 to $3,000 per client per month. You're on a retainer, let's say. If suddenly one client is giving you some troubles, becoming a bit of a difficult client, maybe asking for too much, demanding too much, maybe they're slow on their end, maybe they're holding you up, you don't really have a lot of recourse but to accept their poor behavior. Whereas if you have clients waiting in the wings, if you have a wait list, if you have demand, your existing clients can be fired. You can get rid of them. You can start to bring in your new clients and stop working with the problematic clients. And that's all about leverage and who has the leverage. And the freelancer gets a lot of leverage if they're able to keep prospecting. Now, I think if someone asked you to go find 100 new leads, it might sound pretty boring. It might sound something you don't really want to do. For me, what I like to do is just spend a lot of time researching the marketing industry, researching relevant technologies in marketing, SaaS. There's over 10,000 marketing technology companies out there. All those companies are great opportunities to work with them. It's great to work in the marketing industry directly as a marketer. You're going to work with people who totally understand what it is you're trying to do. Now, of course, you can go outside of that. You can go into medical, you can go into legal, you can go into B2B services, you can go into construction, manufacturing, enterprise, you can go to clinics, you can go to small business, coaches. There's endless places to go with your services. But what I just like to do is spend a lot of time just looking at websites and enjoying the process of analyzing a website, just quickly going through a couple pages, scrolling it, putting that website in an Excel spreadsheet, seeing if I can find any contact data. And this just helps you get in the mood to do more prospecting. If you're always looking at websites, if you're always hunting what's new in the industry, who's out there, you just get into more of a rhythm. I think it's easy for the freelancer to sort of ignore that altogether. And so it always feels really foreign and uncomfortable to them when they start trying to do some prospecting. They won't have a rhythm, they won't have a process, they don't have any resources. So I think it's important to just enjoy the process, build a list of potential clients. And of course, doing cold outreach is so prominent today. Having a great offer, maybe it's a performance-based offer, will get you lots of clients on the phone or on a Zoom call. You'll absolutely won't have any problems closing these deals if you have a great offer. And most of all, you're going to create the leverage you need as a freelancer by having prospects waiting to work with you or always building up that demand to work with you. And that leads to the second mistake that I made or didn't fully understand when I started 5, 6, 7 years ago, is that the more you charge, the better the clients you will get. But also, in some cases, the more you charge, the better your business will operate and the better outcomes you're going to get. And actually, the client might even perceive it as more valuable. A lot of people try to do work for me for free. They know I have a YouTube channel, they want to help me. And what I always find is when someone offers to do something for me for free or low cost, is I don't get very emotionally invested. And when your clients aren't emotionally invested in your work, they're not really going to care as much of the outcome. They're not going to feel it's as valuable. They're not going to perceive that it's going to be a successful project. So this is a bit of a counterintuitive idea. But if you're only charging, $250 a month, $500 a month, it's very likely that your clientele is going to bring you more problems than they do money. And so one thing you should recognize is that when you charge more, clients are going to perceive it as a better service, even if it's the exact same service. There was like a blind taste test done for people drinking wine, and everybody who tasted the 3 wines, all 3 were the exact same wine, but people always found that the most expensive one that they were told, they thought that one was the best. So people always find things that are expensive to be better naturally. But I think also what's important is, if you want to charge a rate that is going to be commoditized and people see you as just another freelancer that they can compare to on price, you're going to have trouble going from freelancer to agency. You're going to have trouble taking your business to the next level. You're going to have trouble hiring people. You're going to have trouble starting to make money for advertising. Your profits just aren't going to be high enough. And what's problematic is you might end up just having like 3 clients or worse, 3 jobs. You want to be building a business eventually. I'm sure, in your first year, it's not going to be that way. But as you get into your 3rd, 4th, and 5th year, freelancing is a stepping stone towards a scalable business because you've mastered the skill set. Now you want to start taking on more clients, maybe hiring a small team. And that's going to be only viable if you charge enough to create that margin. So what that brings me to on the 3rd point is don't burn out and try and raise your price by offering so much. That's not the only way to charge more. People think that if they want to charge more, that they have to increase the value of their work, and to increase the value, they have to do more things. And that's also a common mistake, is you don't have to do more. In fact, there's alternative ways to bring added value to your client. First of all, you can go faster. You can be one of the faster providers out there for your service. So instead of like 60-day turnaround, maybe you have a 10-day turnaround or 15-day turnaround. That's beneficial, that's valuable. You can make it more hands-off for your client. Let's say before you charge $4,000 for some strategic consulting or a funnel or a lead magnet design, and you tell them to go interview their clients, and they have to go ask their clients these questions or their customers these questions to gain market research. Well, maybe you can do that market research on their behalf, thereby making it less work for them, less effort and sacrifice for them. And so they will value your service more because it's more hands-off for them. So they're emotionally invested because of the higher price point, but they're not physically and time invested because you're going to do more of the work. Also, as you charge more, as you get clients, who perceive your product and service to be better, they also will believe, and hopefully it's true, that the risk of failure is lower. You know, if you're getting good at offering what you offer, hopefully clients can really trust that it's going to work out really well. And so I think that the more case studies you get, the more successful projects you complete, you can reveal to your clients the type of success you've had, and they're going to value that a lot. You know, you could raise the price purely on having a new case study because people don't want to waste time working with someone that it might not even work. So if you can convince them that you're absolutely going to be able to bring the outcome, a guaranteed outcome even, people are going to value that a lot. And that's another option right there, is that you could guarantee your outcomes. You could probably charge double, right? Because it's not that people think the work is worth more. It's that they'd rather just do the project once instead of having to do it over and over. And so they often say, like, you get what you pay for. And if you pay too low, you know, it ends up just having to redo the project. So keep that in mind, that in order to charge more, to bring more value, you don't just have to do more work. You don't have to offer more. And I think a lot of freelancers who take that approach, they might run out of energy. They might be swamped. They might be burning out, right? So charge more, go faster, do a better job, take work off your clients' hands, make it easy for them, and you know, increase the likelihood of success. Like, really master your process. Get some case studies that prove the results. Like, if you build and install funnels for clients, how many more leads per month do they get? If you create content for clients, how many more followers, traffic, and leads do they get? If you do conversion optimization for a sales page, what is the average increase in conversion rate? And document all that from the get-go and reveal that to the clients, and you're going to be able to charge a lot more. You're going to get better clients, and it's going to even improve your prospecting because your offer is going to be more clear. You're going to be stronger on selling and persuading because you have those case studies. It's all one big cycle of success. So I hope that helps you start your digital marketing career on the right foot. You still have to build the skills, and if you haven't built the skills, you can always take the Digital Marketing Masterclass at Rich+Niche. That gives you 4 core skills: the funnel building, lead generation skills, mastering that customer journey, the digital advertising skills, how to do a creative brief, how to plan the media, and how to set up your campaigns and optimize them. Of course, also just general content creation, how to maximize, repurpose for multiple platforms. That's a great service to offer on retainer when you're brand new. And also we have the module on web development. We have a new module on Google marketing as well. So just make sure you understand some of the newer Google apps, such as Google Tag Manager, Google Optimize. Really just making sure that when you complete that course, those modules, you have a lot of confidence going forward with your skills, and that building and running a freelance business doesn't seem so scary anymore. And if you absolutely want to accelerate your freelance digital marketing career, you want to learn more about the things I'm talking about in this video, learn about how to make a Grand Slam offer, get your website set up, that's when you're going to want to invest and look into our Full Stack Marketer Freelance Lab. That's a 24-week program. We can basically transform anyone into a freelance marketer, help you start your business, help you start acquiring clients, ultimately giving you the confidence in all the procedures and processes. That's been a fun program to start running. Really proud of that. If you have any questions about the mistakes, the things that you need to know that I mentioned in this video, please just leave a comment below. I'll answer the questions. I answer almost all my comments. If you haven't already done so, give this video a like, subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos on digital marketing and building a great career in digital marketing. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Rich UX signing out. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram at Rich+Niche for other content as well. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day, and go out there and do some more prospecting. See you next time.